Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the
Beagle Barge.
Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
I'll try to show you here. So here's the Locken Dam right here, Fort Loudon Dam, and we're going to be turning on right here, this canal right here, and going into, they call it the Little Tennessee, is what I heard. And we're going to go all the way up, see how far it goes, maybe up in here. Hey guys, so we are meeting up with Bobby Hughes Jr. Okay guys, so how cool is this? We got to meet up with a Shanty Boat captain, Bobby Hughes Jr. on the Unique. This thing is a beast. It is a adventure machine. So many castles so close together. I thought the point of a castle was to kind of be off by yourself and surrounded by a moat. So if you get attacked, you can just drop molten lead on top of your attackers. This is interesting. I'll bet you there's a farm under the water there. Look at that. Old silos. Guys, checking in with you here. So we are trying to decide where to stop for the night on the little side jaunt here. You can see this is actually a really long river, and I'm leading right now. Our Bobby held back. He's got a 150, so he's holding back, and I decided to go down this little offshoot here, and there's a bridge coming up here. I'll show you. You'd rather look at the real thing than the map, I'm sure. There's a bridge coming up right there, and I'm looking at all this scrub brush and structure, is what it would be called for a fisherman. And I'm like, I'll bet you we could catch some fish up in here. So I'm getting the feeling like we might find a place to stop here soon. Good morning, guys and gals. So let me show you what we're doing this morning. So we stayed on the other side of this bridge right here last night on the Tellico Lake, or Little Tennessee, Bobby and I. And he's not sure if his boat will get underneath it. It would be really close. I know mine can, but I think I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to try to help him eyeball it and see if he can get underneath it. Stay tuned. This is one of those bridges that I can eyeball and tell. No problem for us. Not so sure about Bobby, though. We're going to find out. Yeah, he's just being real cautious. That's what we do, too. You don't want to take your solar panels off or start peeling your roof back like a can of sardines. I yelled over to him that I think this side's a little bit taller. Sometimes that's an optical illusion also, but I think this does kind of slant down a little bit. We're going to find out here. I have a lot of experience with trussels. Since I live on the backside of one. Oh, piece of cake. Look at that. Look at that piece of cake. All an optical illusion. Good job, Bobby. All right, guys, we are carrying on. Bobby and I finally found a channel that we can talk on, channel 22.
Am I moving too fast for you?
No, sir. Slower the better for me.
That sounds good.
We were both just deciding how accurate our depth sounders are when they start to get down to these small numbers. Man, mine's always kind of doing that stuff. It'll come back, but I don't really start worrying until I'm in the 2s, especially if I know it's a muddy bottom or a sandy bottom. So I'm willing to keep going. And you can see here too that the avionics kind of were leaving like the last part that they would, oh, I gotta steer. Last part they would say is kind of navigable, but they don't know shanty boats. Okay, you can see we're getting into the 2s. We're gonna go ahead and turn around, guys. We probably could go further, but there's a lot of this river to explore. This is actually just one of the bigger offshoots. This isn't even the main channel of the Little Tennessee River, so we're gonna go back onto the bridge and pull back out and keep going up the main channel. That's as far as we made it. If you're interested, we could go farther, I'm almost certain. But yeah, you can see this is just, this goes back out, and we still have all of this to explore. There's actually 2 big channels here too. There's that one that goes down, and there's that one. That's probably the main one, so endless. Trouble ahead, trouble behind, and you know that notion just crossed my mind. Alright, guys and gals, you know how much I like passing under these bridges, especially these trestle bridges. I'll show you where this is on the map. And then right up ahead of that too looks like a major thoroughfare, like a freeway bridge there. Look at that. I like looking at stuff like that. Maybe we can go crawl around on it. I'm going to quickly try to explain to you guys what we're doing here. So we're kind of coming into where some, a freeway passes, so it's, it tends to be more going on in areas like that. And there's looks like some kind of marina over here. They even have a travel lift. I think they're lifting that big houseboat. That houseboat passed us an hour or so ago in a hurry. Has a couple of big motors, I'm guessing. I try to stay away from the marinas, as you guys know, just because if you're not spending money there, there's no reason to go in there and get in their way. So, but yeah, maybe over here, kind of closer to the road, I'm going to find a place to anchor. Bobby's behind me, and we're going to settle in here for a bit, and I'm going to try to make an adventure out of it. Maybe launch the e-bike and go to a Dollar General or something. So let's see how this goes. Stay tuned. Check this out, guys. Might have to try to get a closer look at that too. Now, if we weren't dirtbag shanty boat captains, I'm speaking for myself. Bobby's not a dirtbag, but me and Wavey are. We would stop in here and get gas and spend probably $1 to $1.50 a gallon more. So, but if you've been here a while, that's not how we do it. Bobby and I have been talking on the radio here. It looks like a storm's coming in. It's going to rain and a little bit of wind. No big deal, but some wind. We're probably going to keep going down this arm of this river here and try to find a good wind shadow to anchor, and then I'm going to go to the store. So that's the plan right now. I was just chatting with Wayne's Diaries this morning, and he's down kind of near Land Between the Lakes right now, the other end of the Tennessee here. And we were just talking about how there's these little camp spots all over this place. I mean, if that one wasn't taken right there, we could theoretically just pull the shanty boat right up there and just dock it, or just nose it up into the mud there and just use that spot for free. They're all over. Maybe there's another one around the corner here. This looks like a good little spot, though. I know Bobby was going to go check out this dock here, so we're still looking, guys. Hang on. Looks like Bobby's just going to maybe pull up to the dock there. I don't normally pull my boat up the dock unless it has to be a specific dock, because if it rocks, it hits could hit a window. You guys probably remember that, you know, from back when we were on the loop. Let's see how Bobby does here. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna try to nose it up right here so I can either get the scooter off or at least the e-bike pretty easy. I'll see you by the old willow tree. Well, I was going to launch the scooter and go to Walmart, which is about 8 miles away. Straight shot. It started to rain. Maybe it'll probably pass quick. We'll just put out the ramp. Launch it right there. I can give you a treat. I just remembered. We've got an e-bike. Why don't I just use that? It's easy to get on and off the boat. So we turn it on. Let's see how much charge we have. About 75%. That works. That must be the actual in right there. Shift it into the next gear. And go a little faster. It's got 3 gears, 3 speeds. Okay, back to the river. Oh hi, I'm Wavy Gravy, star of the channel, so I'm going to take over and tell you about the ice scooter so we can get back to the video. The cool thing about it is its size. It's small enough to store inside. You can keep it in your camper or your boat, yet it's big enough to move you around. It's got a horn, it's got blinkers to keep you safe out there on the roads. It's pretty fast too, and it comes with a lot of stuff like a tire pump and a charger, of course, and it's got some tools, and it's got an inner tube in case you ever got a flat tire, and you can take the battery off so it's nice and convenient to charge, and it fits on the boat, so check it out. Stay. 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 Go. I just got to take a moment and kind of take this in and share it with you guys. So it's on its way to about 70 today. Boat's pulled up to the bank in about 2 feet of water. Got the dinghy, the Portland Pudgy, with the kayak back up. All the tanks are filled. This is a gas station just right along those tree lines there. Got the scooter, which is running good. Got the Starlink going. Uploading a video for you guys. Life is so strange. In some ways it's incredibly hard. In other ways it's incredibly easy. I even have a Shanty Boat captain buddy parked right over there. And I've got a nice Co. And I've got a nice Co battery. Thank you guys. Got a spoiled brat Beagle sitting in the sunlight. Got a smart TV with free channels on it. Got a really cool stained glass picture that a really nice lady sent me. Thank you. I got fishing poles. I've got food. I've got solar. I've got a heater. I got a wood stove. Not a stovepipe yet, but I got a wood stove. I got a bunch of BTUs in the form of hardwood scraps that some really nice folks dropped by my place before we left. You know who you are, thank you. I've got a workhorse that runs good. I love you, my workhorse. Good morning, guys and gals. Welcome to another day. Beautiful, perfect day on the Beagle Barge. Heading towards 70 today. I'm not bragging, I promise. I'm trying to inspire. I want you out here. I want to see you out here. That's my whole purpose. So we are Bobby Hughes Jr., which you probably know by now. He's behind us. We are heading back down the Little Tennessee, but there's a side chute. I think it's called Island Creek. I'll show you on the Navionics, and we're going to go explore that today. It's a big old sub-channel of the Little Tennessee here, so let's go see what's up there. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're coming down into Island Creek. I think I see why they call it Island Creek. There is a lot of islands in here, and in between the islands, I'm seeing 7-8 feet minimum, which is still fine. Very beautiful back here. There is some buildup. There's some people who live back here, some docks, but there's a lot of islands. I think if we see an island, an exceptionally appealing one, we might. There's a dock over there. I'm tempted to go see if this might be a dock we can pull up to. Maybe we will. Sometimes you just get like an instinct. You're like, that's just a good place to stop. I think my instincts were correct this time, though. Oh, wait a second. What does that say? Private property. Oh, man. Sure doesn't look like they're taking care of it. Sorry, Wavy Gravy. It's private property. It is a beautiful little gunk holing spot in here, though. This would be a great spot to come in for the night. Drop anchor. Maybe do a little fishing. Man, getting into these tight little corners here and having to do like 3-point turns with this new helm and cable. Oh, loving it. Look at it, it's just like butter. It's like butter. We're gonna follow it all the way in as far as we can. If we see anything less than 3 feet, we're going to turn around, because sometimes these places that have islands means there could be boulders and rocks on the bottom, because that's been my experience, and we certainly don't want to hit one of those. So, but we're going to creep in a little more. Just go slow. Bobby's blazing the trail on this one. Let's see, there's those rocks. And he keeps radioing back to me, kind of giving me a depth report. I'm seeing 7.5 feet right now, so doing fine still. That's the end of Island Creek right there. So I say if you lay your eyes on it, that's the same as making it all the way to the end. You don't have to get up in that little cove. I guess Bobby's going to the very end. I'll follow him. Okay, this is about my time to stop. There's got to be rock down there. Looks like Bobby's turning around too. Alright guys, check this out. Here's a nice little cove off of a cove off of a cove. What was that lakes inside of a lakes word? Recursive lakes? Well, there's recursive coves on the Tennessee here. And there's supposed to be a launch ramp back here. We're going to find out. It doesn't get used much if there is, but yeah, you can see the bottom there. This used to be a launch ramp. I think it's an abandoned one. There we go. Oh, wait, that is concrete, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, well, luckily the spot I hit wasn't concrete. It's an old launch ramp. Well, Wavy, why don't you just go jump off? Look at that. That's concrete going all the way down in, but luckily it's really soft. Okay, check this out, guys. Old launch ramp, abandoned. It comes down. It's all concrete, but it's starting to break off. Lots of depth. It goes all the way out there. I just jumped out here and turned the boat around. I found this bleach container and a trash can, and I cut off, you see how I cut things off? And now I can go like that, and go like that.